The war had lasted so long that no one remembered how it truly began. In the wide galaxy, thousands of stars burned quietly while fleets fought and died around them. The Galactic Union and the Car Dominion had been at war for 27 cycles. Planets were broken, trade routes were destroyed, and entire species were pushed to the edge of extinction. Every side believed the same thing. The war could only end when the enemy was crushed. Humans entered this galaxy late. When humanity first appeared beyond its home system, the other species did not take them seriously. Humans had only a small territory, a few slow ships, and no great ancient history among the stars. They were not tall like the Vrel, not armored like the Car, not long-lived like the aliens. Humans were soft, short-lived, and strange. They talked too much, they asked too many questions, and they smiled even when surrounded by danger. At first, humans tried to stay neutral. They traded food, water, and simple machines. They offered repair services and medical help to anyone who would accept it. Some species welcomed them. Others mocked them. A few warned them to choose a side before the war swallowed them whole. But the war did not care about neutrality. One cycle, a Union supply fleet was ambushed near a human trade corridor. The battle spilled into human space. Debris rained down on a human colony station. Thousands of civilians died in minutes. The Union apologized. The Car denied responsibility. Both sides moved on because death had become normal. Humans did not move on. They gathered their leaders, their scientists, their historians, and their soldiers. They studied the war not just as a series of battles, but as a story. They asked why it kept going. They asked what each side truly feared. They asked what victory even meant anymore. And then they built a ship. It was not the largest ship ever made. It did not carry planet-breaking weapons or massive cannons. Other species laughed when they saw its design. The hull was smooth and plain. The weapon ports were sealed. Its power readings were strange, focused more on shields and energy control than firepower. The ship was named Quiet Answer. When the Quiet Answer launched, it did not join a fleet. It did not announce allegiance. It traveled alone, straight toward the most dangerous place in the galaxy, the Central War Zone, where Union and Car fleets clashed almost daily. Every sensor picked it up. Union commanders saw it first and prepared to destroy it. Car admirals did the same. An unarmed human ship entering an active war zone looked like madness or a trick. But the Quiet Answer did something unexpected. It transmitted in every known channel, in every known language. "We are human," the message said. "We request permission to speak. We will not fire. We will not resist. If you destroy us, we accept that choice." No one trusted the message. Weapons locked on, power cores charged. One command, one mistake, and the human ship would vanish in fire. The Quiet Answer continued forward, slow and steady. Then something even stranger happened. As the ship moved, battles around it began to fail. Targeting systems glitched, missiles lost their locks, energy weapons misfired or powered down, shields flickered, not collapsing, but refusing to channel power into weapons. The human ship was not attacking, it was interfering. The Quiet Answer carried a new kind of field, designed by human engineers who'd studied not just physics, but behavior. The field did not damage ships, it did not hack systems, it simply made aggressive energy use unstable within a wide radius. Weapons could still fire, but doing so risked damaging the firing ship itself. Fleets pulled back in confusion. For the first time in decades, the battlefield went quiet. The human ship stopped at the center of the empty space between the fleets. Again, it transmitted. "You have been fighting for a long time, longer than some of your species have lived. We are not here to judge who is right. We are here because this war is breaking the galaxy." The Union demanded the humans leave. The Car demanded the humans shut down the field. Both threatened destruction. The captain listened. Then she spoke again. "We studied your history," she said, "not the battles, the beginnings. This war started over a border dispute, then revenge, then fear. Now it continues because stopping feels like losing. Humans understand this feeling." That caught their attention. "On our world," the captain continued, "we fought wars that lasted generations. We told ourselves they were necessary. We told ourselves the enemy was evil. But when the wars ended, we learned something painful. Most of the time, no one was evil. Everyone was afraid." The car scoffed at this. They were a proud warrior species. Fear was weakness to them. The captain did not argue. Instead, the quiet answer opened its data channels. It shared records. Images of destroyed car hatcheries taken by Union drones, images of Union refugee ships torn apart by car raiders, casualty numbers, population decline graphs, star systems marked as lifeless. But then the humans did something no one expected. They shared their own losses. They showed the human colony station that had been destroyed. They showed names, faces, families. They showed children who would never grow up. "We were not part of your war," the captain softly said, "but your war found us anyway." Silence filled the channels. The car and the Union had seen death before. They had caused it. But seeing it framed this way, connected, shared across sides, felt different. The captain continued, "We are not asking you to surrender. We are not asking you to trust each other. We are asking you to stop for one moment and ask why you are still fighting." One Union admiral finally spoke. "If we stop," he said, "the car will regroup and strike us later." A car warlord answered at the same time. "If we stop," she said, "the Union will see weakness and destroy us." The human nodded. "Yes," she said, "that is the trap." The quiet answer did something that shocked everyone. It shut down its interference field. Weapons across the fleets came back online. The human ship did not move. "We will remain here," the captain said, "unarmed. If either of you fires, you will destroy us first. You will prove that peace was never an option." Targeting systems locked on to the quiet answer. One shot would end it. One order would erase the humans from the war. Seconds passed, then minutes. No one fired. Destroying an unarmed human ship that had shown them their own suffering felt wrong even to warriors hardened by decades of battle. It would not be victory, it would be execution. The captain spoke again. "Humans believe something simple," she said. "The strongest being in any conflict is the one who can choose not to strike." She offered a proposal. A ceasefire zone centered on the quiet answer, no weapons allowed within it. Human ships would maintain the interference field not as rulers but as witnesses. Negotiations would happen there or nowhere. If either side broke the ceasefire, humans would withdraw entirely, taking their technology and trade with them. No help, no mediation, no support. At first, both sides rejected the idea. But then something unexpected happened again. Smaller species began to speak up. Traders, refugees, border worlds that had been crushed between the giants. They supported the human plan. They threatened to cut ties with anyone who refused peace. The war had always been fought by the powerful, but it had been paid for by everyone. Slowly, unwillingly, the Union and the car agreed to a temporary ceasefire. The quiet answer expanded its field. Weapons fell silent across a wide region of space. Negotiations began. They were ugly. Old hatred does not vanish easily. Accusations flew. Voices rose. More than once, talks nearly collapsed. But the humans stayed. They did not take sides. They listened. They translated. They reminded both sides of facts when emotions twisted truth. They showed data, history, and consequences. And then they did something else. They told stories. Human stories of wars that ended not with victory, but exhaustion. Stories of enemies who became neighbors. Stories of mistakes, regret, and slow rebuilding. At first, the aliens dismissed these stories as weakness, but as days turned into weeks, something changed. The car began to admit their population could not survive another decade of war. The Union admitted their economy was collapsing. Both sides realized that even if they won, there would be nothing left to rule. Finally, a question was asked that had not been spoken in decades. What if we stop? The answer terrified everyone, but the humans were ready. They presented plans for shared borders, monitored by neutral parties, resource-sharing agreements, gradual demilitarization, long timelines that allowed pride to survive while violence faded. No one trusted the other side, so the humans offered themselves. Human ships would patrol disputed zones, unarmed but shielded. Any attack on them would be seen by the entire galaxy. Humans would not retaliate, but the political cost would be enormous. "Use us," the captain said, "as the line you are unwilling to cross."